are at Lake Glendale, which is Prince Gallitzin State Park. And it's August 4th, 2014. I'm just going to pan around a little bit here. You can see the pine trees and the lake, and up here, if you can see, there it is the half of a moon. And behind me is Teri Ippoliti, and he's going to do a channeled message for the month of August, which I'll try to get out today if possible. I had a busy day today with some friends getting out into nature. Earlier I was at Lynn Run State Park. So as I come around here to Teri, we're going to ask her whatever's in the greatest good of the population here, and simply ask, during the month of August, what can we expect as far as energy and the solar system, the sun, whatever else is in our greatest good to know? Because there's a lot of people looking at the remnants of the wars that are going on over there in the Middle East, and some of the individuals on the planet trying to get a war started, which I don't believe will be allowed to happen. I don't think humanity will allow it. Everybody's too awake. The light has come in to transmute and transcend, and I think there may be some residual, what some people may karmic debt or something like that, might be needing to be released, or it might be a trigger point for people to look at and see what we no longer want, or a combination. And so with that information, that stream of energy, I'd like to have Teri come in and welcome.
Greetings.
And so I'm sure you've heard the information that has been coming through me, and if you'd like to respond to that.
Yes, we wish to elaborate on what humanity is becoming more at a frequency that at some levels of frequency humanity is not able to stand for. So it is, they are disappearing. Many of those who are at a higher frequency and reaching into these higher waves of energy that are coming through, they are witnessing what they may call death, transitions of loved ones, or even at a higher level of humanity disappearing. This leads the way into the transition of new frequency and new vibration of new beginnings, new clarity. As we spoke in the past with the vessel, the disappearance of your third dimensional world. And although many of you may see it as the violence escalating, those who are in that thought process of violence will die, transition into that violence. That is humanity itself, of its own belief system and its own thought processes that create its own destiny. So as much as the light beings and the star beings and all of those who have been working so diligently at creating change through their teachings, and just for them for being here, walking upon this earth, just their presence alone creates an awakening amongst most of those who are in transition themselves, and some may have to transition and then return to start this new beginning. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So there is no perceived sense of death. It's what they call recycling.
Mm-hmm. And so if you were to give humanity a message in regards to the demarcations that we have from month to month and energetically, what was last month in July till right now we're into August 4th, what do you feel in this present moment of now as a potential?
The potential of this time frame, which you call a month, is that energy wave that came in last, the high vibration of energy slammed into many, not just any living organism that was in its presence, began to create a clearing or a cleansing. And in that cleansing, many experience turmoil and and they're fighting change, because this is what is leading to this energy. And in your August energy flow, it is about the that change that just happened, that hit hard. It is now, everything is coming up as fighting, clawing, um, getting rid of, passing away, moving away to this new energy where many things are about to change. Many eyes are going to open. New opportunities are going, unexpected, unexplainable opportunities are going to be coming in all of the living organisms, not just humanity, but your earth, your trees, your animals. Everything has the opportunity to create something new. Now, if you are still in fear and have not changed that fear, that we have given you that opportunity to change in your prior so-called month, the last energy wave that came through, and you are still struggling in that fear, it weakens this next energy. So it is very important that you come to a place in your heart, in your mind, create that balance within those two aspects of yourself to accept the opportunities that are arisen and to walk towards them. And as you do that, it is like walking through a new world, a new place in time, of no time. And you will look back and there will be another level of disappearance of the third dimensional world.
And do you see this happening as waves over the next several months to years?
The 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 strongest of energies are not yet here. It is, envision a nebulous, and the energy waves of that nebulous.
Mm-hmm.
And how the closer you get to it, how more powerful
Mm-hmm.
the energies are.
Mm-hmm.
And we have not yet reached that strongest power point. That is the blessing of this transition for humanity, and all life
Mm-hmm.
on this planet has the opportunity to lighten its
Mm-hmm.
vibration.
So it's gradual, rather than getting hit like right now with the center of this nebulous.
Yes, this is the closing into a new birth,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the separation of the old earth to the new earth.
Mm-hmm.
Many have different perspectives and visions of what that may look like, yet those who speak of utopia will start to understand what utopia feels like in the beginning stages. For once you transition into that new shift, then there are new beginnings to grow into at a higher frequency of life. It is a beautiful new beginning.
Absolutely.
For those who could never see before the beauty of nature are now awakening to the beauty of nature. For those who already had seen the beauty of nature and understood it will see it even more brighter and become one with it. That is what you will look for, is the oneness of nature.
Mm-hmm.
We are complete.
Thank you. It's funny, this one bird that's just going around us in circles right now. Oh, it's one of those yellow birds that I saw earlier at Lynn Run State Park. There he is. I'll be darned. So I started the day with that, and it's fitting that there he is. We're ending the day with that yellow. I thought it was a finch, but I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up. And so I want to thank you, Teri, and those who have come through the channel. Sorry I went off on a tangent there, but I thought it was appropriate to bring that in because as you were channeling, that bird was just circling and circling
That happens
and
every
circling.
time. Every time we have done a channel in nature,
Yes.
nature comes closer,
Oh,
which
definitely.
is awesome.
The last time was the eagle that actually took the fish out of
the eagle,
the
and
lake.
then remember that time in Chicago where all those birds came flying
Oh
down?
my goodness, that was 11/11/11.
That's right, yeah.
We were in that vortex in there, and all of a sudden this whole flock of birds came from nowhere. Oh my goodness. So yes.
It is pretty neat.
And so is there anything you want to say? We're at 13 minutes, so
Basically, I am just living the moment as much as possible, and just like everybody else, I am struggling my way out of issues and jobs and you know, feelings and things like that. And the thing is there's a beauty in that, because I know that once I can just feel the breaking away to where I feel something exciting is about to happen.
I do too.
Yeah.
And you know, thank you for saying that, because a lot of people, they don't want to allow their humanness to come out, and they put a facade or a front up to say that I'm the spiritual leader, and I'm just telling you guys how to get there, but they didn't get there.
That's right.
Because
we are in this form,
yes,
and we're living here, and we're experiencing it.
Right.
And you know what? It is awesome to experience the change, to open ourselves up to that.
Definitely.
And to feel the pain along with the pleasure.
Yes. And I can say the same thing, that, you know, we learned early on through these channelings and you know, our own personal meditations and all that, and the places we've gone, that to raise your vibration as high as you possibly can in every moment that you possibly can, because as we're coming towards this, as the channels say, nebulous, it will be an easier transition. And so right now, people that are hanging on and the clawing that they were talking about and the fighting, that's the people that are in fear and don't want to let go of the old. But
Right.
the old is on its way out, so you can either allow just to go with the flow and
Or take up some workshops.
okay, and
Yeah.
so maybe elaborate on that.
Yeah, take up maybe some, start out with some small workshops that may feel comfortable. So say if you're in fear of change, of thinking that, you're diving into something unknown, take up an angel workshop. Take up, go for hypnosis and stop smoking, or for weight management. Something that'll help you to learn how to meditate and go within to become quiet inside. Even a meditation or yoga. Things like that will help you to start to transition. So that's like for those people who have never, who don't know how
To even get started.
Right.
And so maybe you could speak a little about crystals too, because
Oh, crystals. Crystals have an energy. They carry an energy in them that actually, if you put them throughout your house, they actually clear the energy, the negative energy out of your house. Plants are a great thing to put into your house because they clear out toxic energy. Just start in your home. Start doing things.
you remember that?
Oh, yes. Start doing things. Here's a crystal. And you can even carry one around.
Which I do.
Yeah, this is Joe's.
And you actually got that for
Yes,
me
I
at that
did.
MUFON conference in Nevada.
Yeah.
And I think I've told the story on here before, but I think it's worth mentioning that because I took you out to that MUFON conference, you wanted to do something nice for me, so you got me a crystal. And so you took me over to this woman who was selling them and had 100 of them there.
That's right.
And you're like, pick one out, and I pointed to that one. I said, I want that one. And the lady was just flabbergasted and just went and got it and gave it to me. And I said, aren't you going to pay? And you're like, I already paid for it. That's the one that I knew you were going to pick that.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
the lady was just...
It looked like a Joe crystal. And the lady was a little flabbergasted that I figured out what you would want.
And so I keep taking that everywhere. I'm putting it in the water, which I'm going to put it over here in Glendale.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
And so all the streams, even today, earlier today, I put it in with the intent to transmute, transcend these lower vibrations upstream, downstream, wherever it runs into, whatever lake, whatever ocean. And so I was in New Mexico last week. I think it was a week, 1 to 2 weeks ago, and I did the same thing at the Palisades. And so I did it in New Mexico, and here I am in Pennsylvania doing it. And prior to that, I did it in the state of Washington in the Pacific.
You want to give it as much energy as possible. Put
Yes.
it out in the moon, let the rain fall on it.
Absolutely.
Get it in the dirt. Give it love. Put it in somebody's hands who has a strong vibration.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. And so do you have any final words for this particular YouTube that we're going to put out?
Just go with the flow. Always look for the best in everything around you. Humanity. Look for beauty. Look at nature. Get out there in nature and look at nature. And talk to people that you feel that can help you to move out of any fears that you might be facing right now. And you may be facing a lot of fears because that last energy that we had in July was bringing up a lot of stuff in everything, in everyone.
And do you have a website, like, for people that may need a channeling, a personal channeling like you just did,
Oh, yeah.
or for
I
hypnosis?
actually have a discount on my readings.
Okay.
It's www.hhacenter.com, and I'm still in the works, but if you go in there, you'll find that I've been doing some work in there.
Okay. And so you do distance energy healing, you do channeling, hypnotherapy for smoking cessation, for just about anything. You do personal channeled messages as
Yes.
well? Okay. And so you do angel card readings?
Astrology charts.
Oh, that's right.
Things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And so for anybody that is looking for guidance, I'm going to start putting that at the end of our videos just so people can, because there's a lot of people that contact me and say, how do I get a hold of Teri? Because I really feel drawn to her.
Yeah. And I'm also doing hypnosis training,
Oh.
certifying people to become hypnotists in October.
And you know, a lot of people have asked me, they because in New Mexico especially, and back here when I was in Altoona, they wanted to go to somebody, but there are very few people that do it.
Yeah.
So the market is pretty wide open for people that would become a hypnotherapist.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's a really good start.
That's part of the new medicine that's coming up. The new world that's coming out is going to be Chinese traditional medicine. It's going to be meditation. You're going to learn how to take care of yourself differently, and because you're not going to have much of a choice. So hypnosis is a good way of working with the mental and the emotional aspect of yourself. It even helps with the physical, and that's what a holistic practitioner is, who really works on the mind, the body, and the spirit as one, as we're working also on the mental, emotional, physical, environmental, all aspects of yourself, so that you can have a relationship with yourself instead of running to other people or running and getting a pill. Because a lot of times when I've taken care of elderly people, and their medicines that they're taking for breakfast could be their breakfast,
because
and
they
half
take so
that
many
medicine they didn't even need.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of learning how to take care of yourself differently, and that's what the holistic health really means. And believe it or not, the spiritual aspect of yourself is the icing on the cake. Once you start learning that spiritual, how to become a spiritual being living on earth.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. Until next time, we will offer you love, light, and laughter. So I just want to capture this. It looks like a red-tailed hawk, I guess. Anyway, at Lynn Run, my friend and I were there, and she was talking about her husband, saying about a red-tailed hawk who had left a message for him, and they actually went there the next day where the nest was, and right below it was, here was the message. So not only at the end of the day did we see that yellow bird, who's right now tweeting in the background, but here's this, what appears to me is like a red-tailed hawk, I guess, I'm not sure. And so anyway, I come down to the water here to put my crystal in there for, you know, to transmute and transcend. And I don't know if you can imagine, I know it doesn't look that impressive with this little iPhone, but it's right above this little hill. It's so pretty and peaceful here. You can see the pink and purples in the skyline. And then I just came right up to this, and I figured I better put this in the video because it's of significance. And so again, sending you guys love, light, and love.